This movement is a call to action. The FCFTA ecosystem presents immense opportunities, but to seize them, we must ensure that entrepreneurs and farmers have tools they need to thrive. StartShield, STSH is that tool. I therefore urge policymakers, investors, and stakeholders to join in this journey by integrating insurance innovation into the AFCFT agenda. We can create a resilient, self-sustaining economy that benefits all Africans. Together, let us champion an Africa where businesses, no matter how small they are, can confidentially navigate risk and seize opportunities. StartShield and seize opportunities. StartShield STSH is more than an insurance platform. It is a beacon of progress, a beacon of hope, equity, and empowerment within the African continental free trade area ecosystem. I therefore conclude here by thanking all of you for your time and for your attention. I look forward to collaborating with all of you to realize this transformative vision. Thank you very much. And then over to you, Mr. Founder. Frederick, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Princita Sofo, for those insights that you just shared with us. Your passion for empowering MSMEs and smallholder farmers truly resonates with our vision for StartShield-STSH. I know how passionate you are. The last 3 years or so, it's now to be going towards 4 years. You and I, we've been working together in the FCFTA ecosystem, trying to champion this cause and creating opportunities for startups, SMEs, and smallholder farmers. And now a new dawn is here. We have StartShield. Allow me just to share a brief, background of StartShield before I invite my colleague, Chief Strategy and Operations Officer. Okay, so let me see if I can share my screen. Just allow me to do this. Okay. I hope allow me to share my screen, then we share briefly. Okay, so I hope you're able to see my screen. I guess my screen is visible.
Sure, sir, it is.
Okay, thank you so much. So this is StartShield that we are talking about. This is revolutionary insurance solution for startups, MSMEs, and smallholder farmers. Now, what is the mission behind StartShield? Of course, the mission is to empower startups, MSMEs, and smallholder farmers with insurance products that enhance financial security while promoting sustainability. These are underserved communities, don't you agree? Marginalized communities. But like you heard, 80% of opportunities, empowerment, employment are actually created by startups, MSMEs, and smallholder farmers globally. What is the vision? Of course, StartShield endeavors to be a leading provider of blockchain-based, AI-driven, and tokenized tailored insurance solutions for startups, MSMEs, and smallholder farmers on a global scale. So already, as you can see, we have Prince Sita, our advisory board member in Ghana. I'm here in Zambia. We have other advisory board members from the US, from India, from South Africa. And then on our core team, we have people from all the continents who are part of StartShield. So this is a global innovation. So what is the problem statement? Of course, financial volatility, market uncertainties, operational disruptions, right? And how does the current insurance landscape look like? Of course, rigid and expensive solutions. Don't you agree? Lack of customized products to meet the needs of the startups, MSMEs, and smallholder farmers. Don't you agree? And of course, there is vulnerability and sustainability. What is the overview of StartShield? Decentralized insurance platform built on the Internet Computer Protocol. In the coming sessions, we'll talk more about these technologies. Yeah. Smart contracts. We are talking smart contracts. This is for transparent policy execution, no human intervention. Okay? Once the predefined conditions are met, this is a smart contract that is embedded in the code, right? So if the predefined conditions are met, there is automatic execution of the claim, right? And then the other interesting feature is artificial intelligence, which is embedded in the platform. This is for risk assessment and also for the purposes of tailoring the kind of insurance products according to the needs of the startups, MSMEs, and smallholder farmers, the size and all that. For your information, the premiums are affordable because StartShield, is bringing everybody who's been financially excluded on board, right? Yeah. Then what are some of the use cases? Hospitalization of business owners or key men in the business. Okay? If you are hospitalized and then you provide proof of hospitalization, provide evidence. While if in your hospital bed, can you upload any documentation or even your image as you lie down there in bed? You put it on the platform. AI is going to assess, okay, the authenticity of the submission, and if everything is authentic, automatically in seconds, the claim will be processed. Okay, so now this coverage goes for both your hospital bills, okay, and your business operations. Okay, so part of the funds will go to your business to keep it floating. If you are down for the next 3 months, then you're assured of liquidity in your business, right? How about crop failure or loss of livestock due to climate change? Yes, provide evidence. Okay, just capture your dried up field or the carcasses of your livestock, upload on the platform. The platform will assess, and then if the conditions are met, your claim will be processed. Okay. What about other kinds of operational disruptions? Yes, we are going to tailor the insurance products according to your various needs as startups, MSMEs, and also smallholder farmers. Okay, what makes StartShield so unique? What makes it very different from traditional insurance? So StartShield with a ticker name STSH is a token. So this platform is token driven, okay? So StartShield is a native utility token which has got multiple benefits. So how does this token work? The moment you remit your premium, an equivalent of STSH tokens will be disbursed to your digital wallet. So in exchange, you're going to have assets that you can hold on to. Traditional insurance doesn't do that for you. Okay. So what are the benefits of accessing these tokens? Of course, you're going to access a number of incentives on the platform, right? There is a consultancy on the platform. Okay. There is the capacity building training that is offered. So you're going to use these tokens. While non-policy holders are paying to access these programs, you're going to use your StartShield tokens. And then you'll be trained in smart agriculture, capacity building, financial literacy, you name it, right? You can also enjoy discounts on your future premiums. You're just going to use your tokens, and then you can also access other resources on the platform. Now notice, the game changer is most startups, SMEs, smallholder farmers, they struggle to access funding, right? From traditional financial markets, commercial banks and all that, because they don't have collateral. So now notice how StartShield is revolutionizing the insurance sector. Okay, you're going to use your StartShield tokens. When they accumulate to certain volumes, they are going to serve as collateral for you to access affordable funding on the platform. Isn't that a game changer? I'm sure you agree. Okay, and then not only that, you can trade. You can trade your StartShield token with other, established cryptocurrencies, and you can also trade back on the platform at a discounted rate so that you can have liquidity. Okay, so that is your STSH logo there, and of course the slogan or the tagline: innovate safely, grow confidently. That's what StartShield is about. Now, StartShield has got tokens like we mentioned. This just shows part of the distribution of the tokens. We'll be explaining more about the tokenization in the upcoming series. Okay. Now, like we alluded to, the uniqueness of StartShield, of course, like we mentioned, is customized coverage, plans for unpredictable environments. There's business resilience support with resources for continuity in terms of difficulties. And then the focus is on early stage success, right? Globally, statistics show that 99% of startups and the MSMEs, they fail in their first 1 to 3 years. That is globally, right? So by unveiling StartShield, our expectation is that we're going to improve that situation with just from the very beginning by about 20 to 30%, because StartShield is more than an insurance product. It's a community movement. It's a support system for these underserved communities that we mentioned. Okay. How does the insurance market look like? You'll be interested to know that projected global insurance market exceeding 7 trillion has been projected by next year. That is a few days from now, right? 2025 is a few days from now. Okay. And then targeting startups, MSMEs, and environmentally conscious individuals, smallholder farmers, right? This is where the African economy is tending to, especially agriculture. Africa is destined to become the next breadbasket for the whole world. And then with the coming of the FCFTA, we know that Africa has got a combined population of 1.4 billion people across the 54 member countries to the FCFTA. That creates a lot of opportunities. Just for your interest, out of the 1.4 billion people, we have over 420 youths who are eligible for employment and empowerment opportunities, and yet our collective job market is only absorbing 10 to 12 million per annum. So what happens to the still over 400 million youths? Not forgetting the women who are the majority involved in cross-border trading, small businesses and stuff like that. So you can see that by means of StartShield and other interventions, we can channel this potential into startups, MSMEs, and smallholder farms. So roughly that's how it looks like. So let me end here for now. We'll be unveiling more as we go forward. Of course, our director for languages and translation unit at MIBT, I can see is acknowledging there.
resources to cover each other's risk. The P2P insurance eliminates the need for a traditional insurance companies. Microinsurance. Blockchain can also facilitate microinsurance where individuals or communities purchase low-cost, small-scale insurance policies. This blockchain's low transaction fees and automated smart contract make this very much feasible. Decentralized risk management. It will enable the risk pooling and sharing since blockchain allows for the decentralized risk pooling where risks are distributed across a network of participants instead of being managed by a central insurer. This creates more diverse and resilient risk pools, potentially lowering premiums and improving the stability of the system. It will also help us to introduce the dynamic pricing, like with real-time data analytics powered by blockchain. Insurers can adjust premiums dynamically based on the actual risk exposure of the insured. Car insurance, allowing premiums to be adjusted based on the individual driving habits rather than fixed annual premiums. Similarly, in agriculture, the dynamic pricing will help a lot depending on the various parameters, especially in the global warming. There is a problem about there is a indirect or not defined the weather pattern. This blockchain can help with the dynamic pricing about increase other forecast in real time. Blockchain technology has the potential to reshape by enhancing transparency, improving efficiency, reducing fraud, and lowering cost. However, the integration increases. Blockchain-based insurance could become a cornerstone of the future insurance landscape, providing a very efficient, secure, and inclusive system for both insurers and consumers. Blockchain-based insurance will also have the ability, since it will be powered by the utility tokens. These tokens can be utilized to create the ecosystem around like for transformed every year. We can to retrain further parameters, and the premium can vary accordingly. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my colleague, our chief strategy and operations officer at StartShield, no other than Mr. Shujit Kumar. Thank you so much for your detailed and insightful explanation of blockchain's transformative role. It's inspiring to see how technology can simplify and enhance insurance offerings for underserved sectors, not so. Yeah, so we greatly appreciate that presentation. I know this a series, so the community as it grows, to keep on appreciating, the impact of the emerging technologies. So thank you so much. So if you have questions, you can still start using the chat box. We'll get them and then we'll respond to them accordingly. Yeah. And of course, I have another colleague that is supposed to speak with us. She's going to talk about building trust and growth in decentralized insurance. So my colleague, Mr. Dingani Shawa, is our Chief Brand and Growth Officer at StartShield. So he's going to take up this session. Over to you. Over to you, sir. Are you on the call?
Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're getting us. I don't know if I'm audible.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
you. It's an exciting journey that we have started, and it's wonderful that we are innovating and making sure that we disrupt the normal, creating the new normal going forward, and especially in the insurance industry. So my presentation will focus on start identify with. We know that blockchain technology, AI technologies, these are emerging technologies, and most people may not fully understand them because not all of us are tech savvy. But visually, I think all of us we are experts. It's easy to interpret visuals, even when it comes to technical aspects like the blockchain technologies. These are things which are new, and we want to make sure that everyone, especially our targeted audience, the startups, the smallholder farmers, is understand visually what StartShield is all about, even without getting into the nitty-gritties of understanding the technologies behind what will keep us going and what will keep us moving. So, but I'm pretty of what StartShield brand is set to achieve, and how we want to be engaging with our targeted audience together with our stakeholders. So I don't know if you're able to see my screen.
Not yet.
Are you able to see my screen now?
Okay. Yes.
powerful and relatable. We want to make sure that it's engaging with our targeted audience. So if you think of a service provider that you trust deeply, we want it to be StartShield. We want to make sure that you connect that connection at a level that is deep, making sure that you become part of the our targeted audience StartShield. I had not put together these corporate collaterals, these marketing materials that we hope to use when it comes to engaging with our audiences. But since this is just the beginning, going forward, we're going to show how we'll make sure that each and every one of our targeted clients, they are fully part of the StartShield brand, and they live the brand promise as we keep our brand promise to them. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, our good colleague, our Chief Brand and Growth Officer. We appreciate your insightful presentation. And of course, like you mentioned, this is just the beginning. We hope to see, how the story unfolds behind the StartShield. Yeah, so that was a fantastic presentation. Thank you so much. So this is the next session now that we are having. It's an interactive session, so we invite you to be part of this session. It's going to be an interaction, like I mentioned. It's a discussion, so you are free to ask questions. Any of us at StartShield will be able to respond. There's myself, my colleague, Mr. Shujit, my colleague, Mr. Shawa. There's Miss Rebecca there, and there are other StartShield executives around. So any one of us will be able to respond. So let's make it interactive. Feel free at this stage. If you have any questions, you can either drop them in the chat box or you can use your microphone, whichever way you want to use, but we want you to be part of this conversation. Very important that we get feedback and then we build this together. So remember, StartShield is more than an InsurTech innovation. It's more than a product. It's a community movement that is bringing together the underserved. So there's a question from Costner. Interestingly, Costner is part of the StartShield team, by the way, our Chief Technology Officer. Now let's see the question. Or is it a contribution? I'm sure he wants to see how we can put it in the smart contracts. What is the question saying? It says, let's say a landowner has corn on his land. Now, due to drought, 60% of the production is compromised. The farmer makes a claim. The question is, will he receive money for that crop as if it were fully compensated, as if it were productive, or only for the cultivation losses as fuel, seed, and labor? So I hope, colleagues, you got that question, right? Yeah, I'll read it again. Yeah, as you prepare your minds, I'll read through the question again. Landowner has corn on his land, but then due to effect, 60% of the production is compromised. So that leaves how much? 40%, right? Now, this farmer makes a claim. So the question is, will he receive money for the crop as if it were fully compensated, as if it had grown, or only for the cultivation losses as fuel, the seed, the labor, the input that he has put in there? Interesting question there.
Yes.
Yes.
See,
let's hear it from the team.
In traditional insurance, normally what happens, that insurance agencies only give the claim if the loss is supported by the survey conducted by the government agencies. It is not that the farmer can claim it directly. In blockchain, we can define, we can customize this kind of premium. Normally, in traditional insurance, it is only the input cost which has been repaid, and that cost is almost like per hectare. So normally, suppose what happened that if you have invested $1,000 as input cost per hectare for certain crop, and if you are still able to get 60% production, your damage will be only calculated at the 40%. This is what happened in the traditional mode. We can customize our insurance a smart contract depending by adding various parameters. Since our product is not yet finalized, we can customize these parameters based on like whether it should be calculated on input cost or based on final production. So accordingly accordingly, the premium will vary. It is not that the premium will be paid on the input and a claim will be made on the total output. So accordingly, a smart contract gives us the flexibility to add various parameters. Maybe depend on the global warming, maybe related to the rains, maybe related to the drought. Anything can happen. So accordingly, if the farmer just choose one of the parameters like related to the weather, we can identify if it is the losses really happened due to weather or some other factor. Now, since we are moving into the smart agriculture area, we can also help farmers or we can organize some kind of training for the farmers, which he can follow to make ensure that even with changes in the weather or other parameters, his crop can still survive. Normally, this is called a practice of permaculture, where a farmer, if he's into initial phases, he can grow at least 1 to 2 crop along with the corn. Like corn and bananas goes hand to hand. So even if he's paying the premium for one crop, but his losses is not going to, but he's actually not going to incur any loss overall.
Thank you. Thank you for that response. Thank you for adding to the conversation. Yeah. Any other contributions there? We have our Chief Insurance and Risk Management Officer on the call. Would you like to add to the conversation? And while we are doing that,
to contribute when I'm in a safe place. Sorry. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. So any other contributions, you can put them in the chat box. So like my colleague has mentioned, the cover is predefined in the smart contract. Okay. Yeah. So these are things that we'll be discussing. You know, we need feedback. Remember, ours is tailored insurance, right? So we want to listen and then see how we can tailor innovative products that will be able to, respond accordingly.
Yes.
So that in case of an incident, we're able to provide that cushion.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
We will not work.
Please go ahead.
Traditional or government insurance where even like claims is much lesser than the premiums farmers have paid. This has become a very common scenario in Indian agriculture insurance.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Miss Nora's got her hand up. Miss Nora, would you like to add to the conversation? Is it a question? Is it a contribution? Please feel free.
So it's actually, thank you so much. It's actually a question, but
yes,
it could have already have been answered. I don't know if you're able to hear me. It could have been answered.
Loud and clear. Loud and clear. We can hear you. Sure.
Thank you so much. It could have been answered. I had network challenges earlier, but
no problem. You can bring it back. It's fine.
One of the features that you mentioned was having to pay if somebody is hospitalized, and then you also get to pay to the business. How does that work?
Okay, so that's a good one, yeah. So if you notice, traditional insurance does not cover your business. It only covers your hospital bills, your life, and stuff like that, right? So this is innovative Let me know if I'm still audible. My network's tripped. Okay, I think I'm back. So I was saying, traditional insurance is not interested in covering your business. So we've been shopping for a product like this one all our lives as entrepreneurs. Okay, but the interesting part is insurance covers risk, right? So when you're procuring insurance, what you're doing is you're transferring risk. You're trying to mitigate, you're trying to minimize, you're trying to, isn't it? Yes. So you're transferring risk. Why are you transferring? So that you mitigate the impact. Okay. So the interesting part is every business undertaking is a risk. There's no business which has no risk undertaking. Okay. So if anything, the biggest risks we should be talking about in the room is business, undertakings. But traditional insurance is not interested in covering your business because it's considered to be high risk, right? Now, if they're in insurance, obviously expecting that their motive is wanting to cover the risks, right? But maybe why are they avoiding to cover your business concern? Maybe it could be they're not looking at your interest, maybe it's their interest. The business, insurance is a business, right? Yeah. StartShield is saving the community, underserved, marginalized, right? So in the cover, we predefined what will be covered under your business. So if you refer to that case I mentioned, it has got dual coverage there, right? It covers part of your hospitalization. It also covers part of your business. We put it in the smart contract. We put it in the code. So these will be running automatically without any human intervention. Okay? So that the funds, when the claim is processed, remember, it's defined in the premium, right? In the cover. So part of the money will go to your hospital bills. Part of your money will go to your business. It depends again on the policy that you subscribed to. Some of them you have an option. Do you want to cover both, your hospital bills and your business, or you just want to cover your business, or you just want to cover your hospital bills? Okay. So you're able to tick the boxes there. And of course, when you're found in that situation, you provide evidence or proof of your hospitalization and the impact on your business. Then your claim will be processed automatically. This is a smart contract. Okay. So why are we covering business? Because that's our motivation, is to serve that community which is underserved. I hope the question has been addressed. Otherwise, you let us know. We can continue this conversation. Otherwise, it's an interesting question. We appreciate bringing it to the conversation. Yes. Yes, Madam Rebecca. Okay. Okay. There's feedback.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Am I audible?
Loud and clear. We can hear you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I just want to make a contribution on the question that was asked on crop insurance. Yeah. I'll speak about the covers available. For example, when you talk about weather index insurance, I'm talking about Zambia. When insured takes up weather index insurance, it covers two risks. That is drought and flood. That is excessive rainfall. And what determines the payouts? It's the data that is given by the satellites. So when the weather is being monitored using the satellites, when you have the trigger points. So the trigger points will be able to tell whether it's excessive rainfall or you don't have enough rainfall. That affects the yield. And so that is what will determine the payout. So like the question that came through, it could be that what will determine is the policy purchased by the individual client. Is it weather index? Or it could be area yield insurance policy. So that is going to help, because when you purchase, when you get when you have weather index insurance, the information is given. Even here in Zambia, the meteorological department is they issue information about the weather and how some locations are affected. So that satellite data now helps now to determine the payout. So the question that was asked would depend on the policy that has been taken. If it's weather index, the data that is provided and the trigger points that is enshrined in the policy will be able to determine the payout. In Zambia, that's how it works. That was just my contribution. Then just in addition to hospitalization, and the reason why StartShield is now trying to come in to make improvements, like the earlier facilitator mentioned, we want people to see the benefits. It's not just about insurance, but how is it impacting? When the business be covered, yes, hospitalization. How about the business itself? The one that is more pronounced at the moment with the traditional insurance is business interruption. Business interruption, and so business interruption, and they don't just cover any type of business, but now StartShield is talking about startups, MSMEs, smallholder farmers. We want everyone to be covered. So it's the business and the person driving the business. Well, that's our interest. If that person driving the business, the owner of the idea behind the business is hospitalized, the business suffers. So we want to bring business interruption and hospitalization together so that people are able to see the benefits of getting insurance and how it is impacting on their livelihood as well as their business. And so, like it was nicely put, the smart contract will have the data, the information, where the individual person is able to enter the details and select what they think will suit their business, and that will work well for them. Besides that, more information will be given, training will be given. With StartShield, trust is the main emphasis. We want to help people know the reason why they are getting what they are getting. And like what has been enshrined in the policies we've seen, where people cannot read certain things and certain things only come up when there's a claim. That's a different route that StartShield is actually taking. is to help people to get the benefit from insurance. Thank you. That's my contribution.
Wonderful contribution indeed. We appreciate our Chief Insurance and Risk Management Officer for that, insightful contribution. Thank you so much, Madam Rebecca. Continue. You can put a couple of questions or comments in the chat box. We have about 5 more minutes to go. And in the meantime, there's another comment here. Again, Costinel, because he's working on the smart contracts, he really wants to understand this. He says, if a farmer decides to buy premium insurance, and although he has the possibility to irrigate the land, okay, he considers that letting it dry out and making a claim is more convenient than irrigating it. Okay? And then he goes on to say, earning the same money without any other cost and effort, doesn't this claim become a kind of fraud if it can be proven that he did not do everything possible to protect his crop? That's the scenario there. Okay? So I think partly it was touched by Madam Rebecca when she talked about the weather index and stuff like that. Yeah. Director Shawa, you want to make a comment on that?
Yes, I would comment. Are you able to get me?
You are tripping, now you're back.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so I was saying this scenario, it's possible that it could happen. And once it happens, then it will be flagged off as fraud. Remember, in the insurance policy, there's always a clause that is included, which gives the principle of duty to mitigate. So if this farmer has the capacity and the capabilities to minimize the loss or to mitigate the loss, and then now it has been proven that they've been negligent, they haven't, employed that duty to mitigate whatever losses they are reporting or they are claiming to say this is the loss that I've suffered, then definitely that would be flagged off as fraud. And either there will be a reduction in the claim amount or a total denial of the claim once all the investigations have been done. Remember, here we're using technology, we are using blockchain, we are using AI, we are using smart contracts. Smart contracts are these are automatic. No one would sit and run these smart contracts, but we use these same technologies to detect this fraud. So the blockchain will be there on the transparency side, making sure that the irrigation schedules, those water usage logs have been put on the blockchain and they've been recorded. And if as such there's there are no such activities to show that this farmer was actually not recording those water usage logs or even those irrigation schedules, then definitely the technology will flag it off as not being sufficient, because apparently this farmer did not mitigate the loss which was there. AI will come in when it looks at the behavior and the data analysis. It will analyze the data that is there. It will look at the weather pattern. It will look at the system patterns. Was the irrigation system intentionally turned off, or it was not entirely turned on? All these historic behaviors, the AI would put them together, and then they'll compile a report. And then the smart contracts now will look at whether this claim will have to be issued or entirely denied. And of course, at the end of the day, the claim may not even be given out based on what these all reports from the blockchain, from the smart contracts and the data collected from the AI, what it is showing us. So that is how innovative SmartShield is, and that is how it can approach this this kind of a scenario. That is the power of technology that StartShield is employing to make sure that the claim is legit, there's no fraud, and all this is stored on the blockchain, and the AI keeps learning these behaviors from these different farmers. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much, Director Shawa. So colleagues, this is the conversation that we'll be having every 2 weeks. But of course, you can also reach out to us, any of our contact numbers. I think I already shared the link to our community. You can join our community. Okay, where are we? Just a moment. Okay, I hope you're able to see the platform. Are you able to see? Okay. So the platform is taking shape there. Okay, we'll share the link soon. You are able to contact. You can drop your message. You'll be able to browse through. Okay. We shared colleagues. You can also put some more links in the chat box so that, especially for the community platform, so that our colleagues can get in there, and then we'll be able to share information there. So this is what we are talking about. Of course, we have our capable team there that is behind this work. So this is just part of what is coming up in the background. So yeah, so there's work going on. So as we come towards the end of this session, we just want to overview this time aside in the series, and of course want to thank our speakers, our panelists. Yeah. Now, what to action? As you study more than insurance product, right? It's even beyond the idea. It's beyond the idea. What is StartShield? This is a movement. This is a movement that is actually redefining insurance, right? So we want to encourage you to take the next step, either by partnering You can be among the early and founding partners, investors, and also adopters, right? Yeah. So as you notice, our solutions are tailored for the underserved communities. You can see affordable health insurance there, crop and livestock interruption insurance, and things like that. So the platform is getting, the smart contracts are being built, very soon you'll be given access to the platform, and then you'll be able also to get those tokens. Then you see how they are working out, right? Yeah. So for inquiries or anything else, kindly follow up. You can reach out to us. For now, for free, we're able to, share more details with you. And let's ensure that we work together to create a future where insurance is going to empower and uplift everyone, especially those who need it the most. We are living at a digital evolution. It's encouraging that things are just unfolding technology-wise, right? Yeah, the environment is getting conducive. It's only a couple of days ago that free internet was installed in places like Intercity, Sokone Market, Kapiti. This is where you find small enterprises, right? Yeah, these small enterprises that we're trying to save, they're getting included on the digital space. Okay, which is good timing for us, don't you think so? Like I mentioned, our director for languages and translation unit is preparing himself to put StartShield material into local language so that no one will be left behind. And remember, StartShield is on 3 platforms. StartShield is